Hi there, and welcome along to a short video that's going to explain your workbook. We've got finance simulation coming up, and the finance sim is really based around all the decisions you take when you are running your own firm. We're setting you up as a 5-partner firm, branching out on your own with 10 associates and 10 other staff. So let's get straight to it and have a look at the workbook that you are going to be using. So in this workbook, there are a number of tabs, and it's pretty straightforward. Everything you need to do is really here for you. On the first tab, which you'll look at in your first breakout, when you're going to meet your partners that you've set up the firm with, you're going to take a few decisions. First of all, what's your team name? And then you might want to allocate a few people in your firm to really keep tabs on cash, or debtors, or your finance, your contract pricing. So have a think about that, and also think about who is going to be the spokesperson if we want to hear from anyone in the main room, and who's the managing partner who's going to have the final say if you are running out of time to make any decisions. So going through the rest of the tabs, these are going to help you with all the decisions you need to make in each quarter. First quarter, round 1, you don't have to worry about resourcing. That's actually been decided. You have 5 partners, 5 associates, and 5 junior lawyers. But in rounds 2 and 3, you make those choices by putting in the relevant numbers. So you might want to recruit a few more people in each round. And you can see there, it says you can recruit up to 2 partners, 2 associates, or 4 qualified staff in round 2. And you've got some more instructions there for round 3. Everything that's got a pink box, you can put numbers in. If it hasn't got a pink box in, then you can't enter anything at all. So that covers really your people element of each round and how large your firm is going to grow to be. You've got a costs tab, which really sets out all the costs that you're going to be spending in each quarter. You've got some partner salaries, you've got some associate salaries and qualified lawyer salaries. In quarter 1, because they're fixed, those all go in there. And you've also got some other overheads, infrastructure costs and some business development. In round 2 and 3, you can see, because you've already selected how many you're going to recruit, we've got some costs in quarter 2, they've gone up. But you are going to be asked to fill in a BD investment figure. Now, that BD investment is really to reflect the amount of time and effort you put into business development, higher the number, more the effort, and perhaps also more the spend. But bear in mind, you're going to be competing with 3 or 4 other teams in the marketplace. The less you invest in your business development, the less effort you put into it. Then, of course, the harder it's going to be for people to know who you are and what you do, and therefore invite you to bid on their contracts. In round 3, you've also got another pink box. We'll explain that in round 3 on the day, but that's to do with your pay rise. Because you may want to give your staff a pay rise. I'm sure you all deserve a pay rise, but when you're running the firm, of course, it's slightly different because that will be expensive. So next tab along is your contract pricing tab. So the contract pricing tab really allows you to price each contract. Now, of course, we don't have time to give you lots of details about these contracts. So you can see the expected partner costs and associate costs and junior lawyer costs for each of these contracts, A, B, C, and D. And all you need to do is decide, well, how much are we going to bid on these contracts to see if we can win them? So you would expect to recover perhaps just over $500,000 there. I want to win the contract. I might go in at 470. Contract B, 710,000. Maybe I'll put in 700,000, coming close to what I'd like to get. These are pragmatic recovery rates you've got up here. And maybe 350, and I don't know, let's just see if we could win it by going on 250. Why not? As you put your numbers in, the spreadsheet will give you a cumulative hours used total. And so here we can see we've got the hours available based on the number of staff that you've got within the firm. And we can see here, one of these numbers has gone red, and that's because if we won every contract, we don't have enough time to deliver on them. We've got 100 hours short on associate time. Now, 100 hours out of a total of 2,000 is really neither here nor there, so I wouldn't worry about it. You're allowed to go over by a reasonable amount. We're going to say 10%. Anything more than 10%, you need to speak to the facilitator and see if there's a way around that, because you cannot use hours that you do not have. And overtime is only going to take you part way. In rounds 2 and round 3, it's exactly the same. But now, of course, you have more contracts once you've got into the swing of it. So you've got 8 contracts on which you can bid and 1 piece of repeat work, which is great news. So you obviously won something in quarter 1. And it's the same principle. You simply put in whatever relevant price you want to go in order to win the bid. Now, what's actually going to happen on the day is that rather than trying to bid on all 8 contracts, the marketplace knows who you are and they can see how big you are. They can look at your headcount, they can look at your website, and they will make decisions about who they're going to invite to bid. So on the day, you will actually be bidding for 3 contracts, and you will be up against everybody else in the room for some of these contracts. So you work out your headcount in the resources tab. You then decide on your business development investment. Maybe we're going to put in 200 on our costs tab. And when you let your facilitator know, they're going to come back and tell you which of the contracts you can actually bid on. So you might bid on McLaren and Ford and VW, in which case, get your thinking caps on. How much are we going to bid on McLaren if we would, on a pragmatic day, expect to recover 900? Do we go in at the 900? Do we think we'll try and recover all that? Do we think we'd rather win it over somebody else and go in at 880? Maybe we need to go in much lower to win that contract. I don't know. Trial and error is the name of the game, because of course, that's what happens in real life. You put in your bid, it is your best estimate of what you can do the work for. And if it's a new client, you may try and win that work with a little bit of a competitive discount. But ultimately, it's going to be down to the decisions you make and the decisions that the other people make that you're competing against that will decide on who actually wins those contracts. So, sounds simple? Well, as a result of the contracts that you win, of course, you will know, what did we say? We said we're going to bet Ford. Let's say we put in 750 there, and VW, we'll put in 600 there. We can see that in this case, if we bid for those 3 contracts, we're slightly over on partner hours, but we're okay in associate hours and in junior lawyer hours. So we probably get away with that in terms of overtime. The partners can work the weekend. As a result of all the decisions you've taken, the next tab, everything just drops out, and that shows your profit and loss account. So in quarter 2, you would be getting a gross margin of 59%. That's good. We've got fee income and direct costs giving you a gross profit. You've then got some indirect costs coming in from your overheads and support, giving you a net profit of 718,000 and a net profit margin of 33%. Which would be not bad for that 6-partner firm, especially if you've just started out. And that will show you your results in each of the quarters. The next tab will show you your cash position. Now, cash, of course, is different to profit. And as you can see here, although you are profitable and doing really well, in quarter 1, although you started the business with £1 million, £500,000 of your cash and £500,000 fronted up by the bank, you ended that quarter 130,000 overdrawn. And at the end of Q2, you're $250,000 overdrawn. That's not good. And I don't know what the bank would have to say about that, but you maybe need to think about what you can do to mitigate that poor cash flow. Your next tab is the cumulative results tab, and periodically our facilitators will have a look at this and take a quick screen grab, because we like to know how each of the teams are doing in each marketplace. And the last two tabs, you don't really need to worry about. We'll explain about those when we actually get there. That's for round 4. They give you a bit of detailed information about the case study that you have also been reading about. So we look forward to seeing you and working with you and sharing some of the expertise we have in how you can help drive the clients and the matters that you work on to be profitable matters for the firm. So good luck with that, and we look forward to seeing you soon.